Dr. Cox. Graduates, how have your experiences so far provided a foundation for your future? Perhaps these questions can best be answered for the class of 2023 by our honored speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to introduce, once again, Jack Lamberg.
I'd like to start today by sharing a personal experience that has had a major impact on my life. Kevin was a quiet student at the coder school, one that never spoke unless he had to. He always showed that he understood what I was teaching him by nodding his head, but he never answered any of my questions or made conversation with me like my other students. His parents told me after our first lesson together that he will not speak. He is shy and does not socialize with anyone. When Kevin came to our one-on-one classes early, he chose to sit by himself and wait for me to be ready for him. Mason was an energetic student, one that loved to joke around with me and his peers. He was very smart and loved to learn, but he was never able to stay in his seat and sometimes became distracting to others. He always answered my questions and was so enthusiastic about coding, but I often had to quiet and calm him down. I realized that this could make Kevin and Mason a perfect partnership. I believe that Kevin's quietness and focus would help to keep Mason on task, and Mason's outgoing personality would begin to rub off on Kevin. I requested for my boss to put them in a class together, and my goal was to help both of them while also teaching them how to code. Once put together, Mason continued to answer my questions, and Kevin remained silent. However, Mason kept trying to talk to Kevin and helped him whenever he was stuck with the code. Mason's energy became focused on helping Kevin to learn rather than jumping around the coder school. Kevin was learning so much faster, and as a duo, they got through projects quicker than any of my other classes. It only took Kevin a couple of months to start opening up. For the first time, he answered a question in class, and soon he was having small conversations with Mason. Then he began to talk to me, telling me about his school day and his hockey teams. He was becoming more social after each lesson, and soon he was shooting hoops on the mini basketball net and playing foosball with the other students before class. It was a complete change in his personality. After 7 months of teaching them in a class together, Kevin's schedule got too busy, and he was no longer able to attend. In our last class, we coded whatever game he wanted, and I was so upset to see him go, but so happy with how far he has come. Just before leaving, his parents came up to me. With a tremble in their voice and a tear in their eye, they thanked me for changing his life. Good evening, everyone, again. I am honored to have the opportunity to return to the podium. I've been working at the coder school for 2 years, teaching programming to students of all ages and experience levels with the title of Code Coach. However, as a code coach, I don't only teach the students how to code. I help to build relationships between students who share a common interest in coding. I give insight and advice to my older students about school and life. And most importantly, I help students who struggle socially to form friendships with those around them. My job title does not define everything I do. This same principle applies to everyone's job. Though you may be a teacher, is your only job to teach the students? It is just as important to connect with your students, help them feel included in class, and be a person who they can talk to. Your job includes placing students in groups with others that may not be their best friends, so that they can learn how to work as a team and get to know their peers. I saw this potential for Kevin and Mason and helped them to cross paths and become close friends. This was how I used my job to make a difference. Your future should not only be about how you will progress or how your career path will help you succeed, but you must also find ways in your career that you can take time to help others and change someone's life. This does not necessarily mean that you must go out of your way. Just having a casual conversation with your client while you sign paperwork or open documents can make an impact. Ask them about their day, speak to them like a friend and not a customer, and create a connection. Many of my fellow graduates sitting beside me have already done this as both volunteers and employees, and I'm confident that we all will continue to in the future. This idea is more important than ever with the constant growth of technology that further separates us from each other every day. Though we may be making internet connections, they will never be as valuable as human connections. I'm going for a computer science degree, and even I know that technology can never replace the genuine emotions that are expressed during a face-to-face conversation. Some of us are going to the military, where we are not only helping our country, but protecting those that we have never met. Some of us are progressing to skilled trades, where we fix, wire, and construct, but we also form relationships with our clients. Some of us are climbing the corporate ladder, but we need to remember to help people up the stairs along the way. Though it is natural for us to begin thinking about our next steps or even our lifelong careers, we need to make it our business to change as many lives for the better and build relationships with clients, students, supervisors, and customers to leave our mark on the world and make it a better place. No matter what you are planning to do in the rest of your life, just remember to help others. Thank you.